money part. But if you know when there's no structure, sometimes money also gets, but you don't even know who is going, you don't know how much they're. Let's start a little tradition, okay? You can see it's beyond the strands, right? I'm going to call on three people to tell us exactly one thing that you hope to leave here with today. Okay? One thing that you hope to leave here with today. So when you tell us, we're going to put it in, and it's going to become our slogan for today. So beyond the strands, we're going to say exactly what you planted. Today, you're in trouble. I'm going to start with the why will you use a red lipstick when I'm using a red lipstick? It's ask for my account number. Why are you here? Simplifies this woman. She has some things not passing. She's telling you what is on the I should hope to leave here with. How do you hope to leave here? That's my question. I like your parents. I'm coming to you. You were praying. I see you. What's the real message here? Which is, I hope at the end of this program, okay. So now we're talking mindset. Okay. But it's so nice. Yeah, that's an attendant. If not, the next person I wanted to give the mic to is looking at me. The next person that I wanted to give the mic to, and she's looking away. I don't see anything anyway. I'm just be very honest. That's me. As a beginner, that's good. You have a podcast. You have a YouTube page. You have an Instagram page. Yes. You do videos. That voice is basically. The voice, right? The voice, sorry. You know the mic. Okay, so just like where learning how to build proper structure, efficient structure to business to improve productivity. Fine. So I've heard words like mindset, I've heard words like beginners, words like what else? Structure, which is the way using it here. So when I say beyond the strands, one thing is better than we and our businesses will not. Say beyond the strands, beyond the strands. So when this is smart, we are talking. No, don't listen. How you get money? Say, what is going to be different in your business? Both of us will not know the answer. And then you join me here for the next 10 minutes. Okay? So thank you so much for coming. We're very, very happy that you are here with us. All right? So we're going to move on to what we have next on our agenda. But first of all,
I want you to take a look at, okay, that will be my right, but your left. Don't say anything. Just go there. Put your eyes there.
Yeah, the only one seeing that, but I can't see it. I can't see it. She wants everything. See, in life, you have to choose your battles wisely. Because do you want to empty my bank account? Do you know if I want to buy it for you? So since she said everything, that means nobody will get anything. Next time, when I say what do you want, you only tell me one thing that I can afford. No, I don't accept that apology. Okay, so we're going to get the first person who is coming up to speak to tell us about the red share along. Okay. What about global wealth? Share along. Share along. Yes, yes. And of course, if you want to use the toilet, just second and the third door. Okay, so we are waiting for you to come and tell us what you have prepared to tell us.
I won't be able to. I'm still having it.
But they choose something that you want to do and you need the space. That's what workout hall is here for. And the reason behind workout hall here is because we took note that in Odeleye and virus, we don't really have ops and creative studios for remote workers, creatives, and to redefine creativity, you and you thank him. You know why they cut the music short? Do you know why? She was dancing better than me. The music doesn't like that. So I had to, tell her what to do. And that is what sits down. Well, thank you very much, Folashade, for having us here today. We are happy to be here. And so she's going to be taking the first session. And the first session is on business structure. I hope you have your notepads with you. Your notepad and your pen. You were not worried when you came in and you got notepad and pen. You were not thinking about it because you're going to write and your notes will get filled up. But first of all, I want to talk about who she is. Some of you know her physically.
Just press it here.
You've seen her, but you don't know who she is.
Hello.
So if you don't know, today you're going to know. And who is she? Idowu Folashade is a seasoned. Idowu Folashade is a seasoned TV, film, and bridal hairstylist with almost a decade of experience. She has styled hair for notable actors in Nigerian cinema and Netflix originals, including The Wait, The Niger Christmas, the Oli web series, The Herd, Call of My Life. How many of you know Call of My Life? Sorry, back to basics. As well as various TV commercials. Her brand, Beyondsurface, has served over 2,500 women through bridal hairstyling, home services, filmmaking, and consultations. In addition to her styling work, Idowu has expanded Beyondsurface
to empower and mentor them. Career Initiative, a faith-based platform committed to raising wholesome families by empowering teenagers.
Nah, ah, let's not do that one. I came here today like a baby girl. You should not let me change face. Good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to appreciate everybody for coming. This means a lot to me. You know, when we put up the link and I started seeing the way people were registering, my mind was like, these people are taking me serious. So. That meant a lot to me. And then the fact that it started raining this morning, I've been awake since 1:57. I didn't know, I woke up around 1:27. I slept and then I thought I'd slept for another 4 hours. Then I checked my time and it was 1:57. Then I slept again. I checked my time, it was around 2 something. I slept again. I woke up again, it was 3:30 something. I was like, kill more now. And then it was raining. But I didn't fret. My mind was at rest. I knew that God has gone ahead of us already. And then when the first set of people came in, it was a very, very great encouragement for me. So thank you. I see nursing mothers here. the head of family inside this place. Baálé ilé èèyàn kan. Ah. So thank you so much. So without further ado, we'll be going into the first session. And I really pray that, please time me, oh, let me know. So I pray that I'm able to finish my notes because my notes is plenty. So let me try to. We actually prepared slides, but the curators decided to cover up our TV. So, but I'll try to send. Okay, this phone is low. So I'll just make do with my notes without the phone. All right. So years back, structure used to sound like a mystery to me. It felt like um, one vocabulary that I could never ever understand. Because people will come and then they will say, oh, you've not started, if you've not structured your business, you have to put systems and policies in place. And I was always wondering, what is this structure? And then I would check Google, and Google will start bringing building structures to me. And then I just did not get it. Even other things that I was doing aside my business, people will say, you need to put structure in place. Hey, I know, come and explain the structure now. And then a few years ago, I started paying for trainings. I was paying in six figures for these trainings. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't still get what I paid for. And I think it was the first time I was going to get a grip of what structure is. I bought a book of just 5,000 naira. And the person broke it down in a way that was relatable to an extent. So I was like, wait, oh. So this whole structure thing that made me look as if I was not doing anything with my life is not actually so difficult. I think it was just the term that felt like, okay. Oh. So I'm here today not because I've understood business structure 100%. But then this is an assignment for me from God. It's not even about anything. It was an instruction that I got. And I was like, I don't even understand this thing. But when God says, no matter what, this thing that you think you know, just teach people, because there are a whole lot of other business owners out there who have the same issue that I had. So now let's look at what structure really means. Can anybody help me? What do you understand by structure? I'll point fingers. My father was a teacher, so I have that teaching anointing inside me. I collected the mantle. So who can help us? What does structure mean?
Simply that, okay, what's there's certain things we need to put in place for the business running.
Okay, thank you. Let's just make do with that. So from my note here, structure means order. That's that's the best way to put it. Order. Putting whatever it is you want to structure in place, putting order in place, making sure things are in order. For instance, if you want to build a house, you first sit down, okay, which location are we talking about? Then how many plots of land? How much is it? Which vendors am I using? What kind of design? Then we start talking about how many blocks do we need? How many bags of cement? And then when you eventually complete the building structure, you want to talk about the rooms. How many rooms? Okay, you know the number of rooms from the beginning. Then you are looking at, okay, my bedroom, where will my wardrobe be? What are the things I want to put in place? Do I want a bookshelf in my room, or I want it in a library and all of that? That is putting structure. So it's basically arrangements, organizing your business, putting order in your business, knowing what you are doing, who is doing what, how you are doing what, when you are doing what. So that's just the simplest meaning we can put you. So if anybody tells you, oh, put structure in your business, it's not more than that. It's just for you to organize your business. It's not, it looks a bit difficult, but I tell you it's not difficult. You just need to be diligent about it. Sit down with your business and make up your mind to put structure in your business. And I know most of us here will say, oh, but I'm a solopreneur. Because most of us are solopreneurs. You are the admin officer, you are the HR, you are the salesperson, you are the marketer, you are the content creator. But even with the fact that you are a solopreneur, whatever it is, I'll be breaking down here for us today. It's just for you to say, okay, I know that I'm the only person in this business, but what are the things that I'm doing? How can I categorize these things that I'm doing? And then you pick your pen, pick your book, or maybe you want to do it virtually in a document, and then you want to start putting it down. All right. So I think, yeah. So there are two important words that we need to understand when we are talking about structure, and that's systems and policies. Now, what is system? Systems are repeatable processes or step-by-step ways to make your business, um, sorry, step-by-step ways your business operates to make work easier, organized, and consistent. So if there is something that you do consistently, for instance, clients walking into your office, you attend to them, you take orders, they pay you. Let's say you're a fashion designer, you have to do consultation, you have to buy fabrics, you have to sew, you have to know the style they are making. And this is something that it doesn't happen with just one client. It happens with every client that comes in. For instance, I have a hair studio, and before anybody can come into my hair studio, the way we structured our own, you cannot walk in without you booking an appointment. Because even if you get to the gate, no, if you not gate till tomorrow, nobody's going to open to you because it's a gated compound. So you have to book an appointment first via our business line. When you book your appointment, you make booking fee first, and then we can assign a time and a date to you. Then you know when you are coming in, you come in. There's a way our staff have to welcome you when you come back. There's a way they are supposed to dress when they want to attend to you. Then when you come, as you are sitting down, there is the first thing they are supposed to do before they do anything on your hair. So those are repeatable processes. They are repeatable steps. So those are systems, something that you do day in, day out in your business. So when we talk about policies, policies are the rules and guidelines that control how people behave and how things should be done in a business. So these are more like the rules and regulations that make your systems work. These are the standards and boundaries of your business. For instance, when we talk about policies, we're talking about, we hear refund policy, we hear cancellation policy, we hear booking policy. We also have, for instance, your staff dress codes. Maybe in your office, the rule is that every Monday, every staff member must wear our customized shirts, or maybe every staff member has to dress corporate. Anybody that goes against that policy has to face a penalty. So we can say that systems are how things are done, while policies are rules guiding how things are done. So let's look at the roles of systems in business structure. Now, systems and policies helps you run your business smoothly. They create consistency in daily operations. They help you reduce confusion and mistakes. They help you save time and improve productivity. They make delegation easier, and they help your businesses grow sustainably. One of the reasons why we are having this training is so that some of us, we can leave our businesses to face other things. Few years back, once I'm on film sets, every other part of my life is on hold. I cannot take bridal jobs. I cannot formulate my product. I cannot deliver products to people. So I had to start thinking of what can be done. And a lot of us, we are so used to doing our things ourselves You don't want any other person to do it because business people are perfectionists. You feel that nobody will sew this clothes the way I will sew it. See, you have to learn to delegate to people. One of the things I do for my people is that sometimes, maybe you've been working with me, I've trained you, you've practiced this style over and over again. I don't used to tell them. If a client call me and I realize that I won't be available, I can just call them and say, see, both of you will go and attend to this client tomorrow. Initially, they'll be like, ma, hey, we cannot go. I will not do it well. I say, see, you will do it. You will not die. And you will not call me when you get there. We will now sit down. Oh, yeah, tell me how you will do it. And I'll just, encourage them. I'll just put in that confidence in them. And they will go, and then clients will call me that, oh, your girls really did blah, 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 blah. Because if you even need to train your clients to get used to your staff, because clients want to kill you. They want you to be the alpha and omega of the business. For me, when you come in, I will sit down like this. It's my staff that will attend to you. Some people will even tell me, no, this hair is not neat. No, I cannot kill myself. They will do it. I will tell you that they will do it and they will do it well. So, and then you also need to encourage your staff to be confident in themselves. The truth is, sometimes what they are doing is wrong. You know that it's wrong. You and the staff know that they are not really getting it well. But no matter what the client says, you have to let them know that, no, my staff members are the best at this thing. They even understand it more than I do. So we need to understand, we need to learn to delegate some of our responsibilities. So, it's my time. Roles of policies in business. I think we've talked about this. So let's just um, talk about why structure matters. So now let's break down business structure. Business structure is actually wide, and I want to encourage us that whatever we learn here today, go back to make research and try to customize whatever you're learning here today to fit in into your business. So we have operations structure. This is the system that organizes how work is done in your business from start to finish. The daily activities that happen in your business. This is operation structure. How your clients are attended to, how you speak to them on the phone when they call, how you respond to inquiries, um, how you organize your inventory, who goes to market to buy what, who checks those things that are being bought, whether they are complete. Those are operation structure. So it's so we have under operation structure, we have, I'm using my notes so that we'll be on time. So we have inquiry. Most businesses, this is where they start from. Inquiry. A client maybe sends you a DM or put a call across to you to inquire about a service or a product. Then they book or they make order. Then they pay. They pay for your product, you deliver the service or you send the product to them. Delivery, follow up. Then we have customer record keeping. This one, a lot of us don't have it. Our customers, you'll be shocked that you have over 500 customers. But because you don't have a document where you keep the data of these people, you just assume that, I don't really have clients like that. Though. The first year that I record um, my cash flow, and I saw that I made 700,000 naira in a year. I was like, Amy Nikoto, 700K. you know, like it was a great encouragement to me that 700,000 naira. Hey, So it's very important that we document these things, our customer records, their names, their phone numbers. A lot of us, some of us may not be using invoice. I encourage you to use invoice. We have Zoho invoice. There is one that I used to use before. Invoice bookkeeping is a very good one, but they started asking for money, and the money was not a small one. They were saying maybe 30K per month or something. I'm like, chillanta. So it's very advisable that you do invoice, because that's invoice bookkeeping, for instance, at the end of the year, it collates all the amounts that came in into my account, and then I'm able to know the amount we made in that year. So it's very important. Their email addresses, when you use invoice, it helps you to keep records of email addresses, their phone numbers, their addresses for delivering. Then your purchase history. Then we have inventory tracking. Inventory tracking is knowing the number of stock that you have, the number of products that you have, what you've sold per time, per month, per week, the product that you need to restock. So you can find a system around how to do your inventory. If it's monthly that you want to be doing it, if it's quarterly, then all right. So then we also have still under operation structure, we have time management. You create structure around your time. I remember there was one job I went to do. It was a birthday shoot for someone. I resumed 9 a.m. and I was there, set a book. And then every money that comes in, that goes out, lots. And then another way that I market, for instance, there was one set I went on for 4 weeks. Every week I was changing my wigs. And people bought wigs from me from that. I like this, your wig. I said, I'm selling it. So you have to be very, very intentional. Who are the people that need your product or service? How do you attract them? How do you meet them? Some of us, you're a fashion designer, you will say, I don't like wearing clothes like that. I don't understand. What are you now doing? So you have to be very, very intentional. It's not necessarily about what you like. What does your client like? You find a way to attract them. Know your products, know the needs you are meeting, know the kind of target audience so that you will know how to appeal to them. Know where they spend their time. Are there people that spend more time on Instagram? Or there are people that you meet in your church? You will see winners people. They will be selling, what do they call that thing? Mantle, olive oil. They will have it because they know that that's where their target audience are. Then we have marketing message structure. How you message, how you communicate your message to people. We have content marketing structure. We have social media marketing structure. How do you structure your Instagram, your social media profiles? Some of us, we make buying decision very difficult for people. If I come to you to buy and you're already doing like this, I don't have that time. Before you say Jack, I've moved on to somebody else. So you have to structure our social media marketing in such a way that it's very easy for people to buy. Create Instagram, what's it called? WhatsApp catalog. Thank you. LinkedIn. Some of us feel that as a hairstylist, I have a LinkedIn page, but I know what to put there. You have all the channels as a business person. Be there everywhere. Facebook. Some people will say, Facebook is for some set of people. Most of my classmates, I connect with them more on Facebook because we created Facebook when we were in maybe pre-degree 100 level. So your TikTok, be there. There are some posts now that is not, you will not see it on my Instagram, you see it on TikTok. And even on Instagram, I have 3 business handles. There is one that is my premium page. You not see me dancing palongo there. I'm very serious. Then there's another one. Because on that one, I sell product of 500 naira, 1,000 naira. So I can do anything. So that you come and drop your 200 naira. But this one that I'm charging you 300k, 500k, I have to be serious. I have to look like where I'm going to. So you have to understand that and be everywhere. Be everywhere so that you will know, when you now know the one that works for you, you can now channel your energy more to that particular one. So create WhatsApp catalogs. Arrange it very well. Go to Instagram, create your highlights. Thank God we now have ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT questions. Tell it what your problem is. Ask what you can do, how you can come about those things, how you can create your highlights. So that when people come to your page, it's attractive, it's appealing to them. Then we have referral marketing structure. This one is one of the most important. Please, let us serve our clients well. It's very, very important. Let's serve our clients well. Don't say, this one, she's my church member, anything goes. No. When people give you feedback about your service, this one pains me a lot because you feel that maybe because you give this person discounts now, in your mind, you feel that at least I just said I should help the person. No, don't bring that thing to me. We talked about price. You agreed to collect this price. I did not force you. Fine, I can use my side eye to beg you to collect that price. But as long as you've agreed, you must give me the value of what I paid for. Because we don't understand that sometimes the best of clients can come from those people that refer us. And one referral can lead to lots of patronages. So a lot of people do that. Pay, ara ile ni. And that person is giving you feedback, telling you that, oh, the clothes that you made for me, the zip is not strong. The zip worn out. Immediately I wore it. And you're like, you want the lower more. No, please, let's not do that. Let's be a people of integrity. Let's be business people that people will want to come back to again and again. Some of us, the people around us, in case you don't know, they don't want to come back to you. And it's not nice. And they will not come and tell you because the second time they told you, you didn't take them serious. You didn't work on the feedback they gave you. Then we have marketing calendar structure. You can plan your marketing calendar. If it's content, you want to be shooting your content every Monday. You know, sometimes people will ask me because they know that I'm on set, but I'm posting content every day, maybe 3 contents per day. And some of my people will ask me that, Dada, how are you doing it? Like, you're on set. I know that you don't have time to shoot this content, but how are you doing it? So there was a particular day, I shot 50 reels within 6 hours. And the content is not like I'm using one clothes. I'm changing clothes. I'm changing wig. I'm changing makeup. I'm changing jewelry. Sometimes I'm changing shoes. And then some of the content, maybe I'll do them in my studio. Some I'll do them outside. Some I'll do them in this room. I will go to another room. So you cannot be lazy and say that you want to do marketing. So you have to plan your marketing. If you know that, some people will tell me, I have 2 children. I say, even if you like, have 7. There is a way to plan yourself. Some people will say, you cannot understand. I know I cannot understand because I don't have the children yet. But don't tell me that. See, I've lived with my siblings that we wake up 4 a.m. to make sure the kids are ready before we go. I was telling someone recently, I said on Sundays, there was a time in my life that on Sundays, I wake up 3 a.m. because I was living with my parents. I wake up 3 a.m. I want to do full makeup to church. My mother's house, my mother will say, our matrimonial, they don't use to mop it, you will scrub it. You will do that before I leave on Sunday. I will join family devotion and I will still get to church latest by 6:30. So because of that, every Sunday I know that I have to wake up 3 a.m. So it's a thing of the mind. If you make up your mind that you want to do this thing, you will do it. Especially if you plan your marketing calendar. Then we have marketing channels. I think I've mentioned that. We have Telegram, email, website, WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Then you have events. Learn to go for events. At events like this, meet people, collect their Instagram, follow them, let them follow you. You never can tell. Anything can come up from there. Go for events, network. And that's another thing. You go for events, you go and sit at the back. You just sit down in one corner like this, you'll be looking. Meet people. Then referrals is another marketing channel. Then flyers. I know a lot of us, personally, I don't like flyers. But then it still has its own work that it's doing. So marketing is not just about convincing people to buy. Marketing is more about consistency. Consistency. Some of the people that I made bridal hair for, they came to me because they said, Shade, you've been making hair since we were in pre-degree and you're still doing it and you're doing it well. So when people see that you are consistent, in their mind, this person is serious. Then some people will come, I just want to encourage you. This product, it's not like I need it, but I'm buying to encourage you because I see that you've been at this thing and you did not give up, you did not stop. So consistency is very important in marketing. Then we have customer service structure. How do we attend to our customers? How do we respond to inquiries? When customers complain, before you say Jack like this, I've refunded your money. Before you say anything, it was later that I learned that no, refund money care. No, there are better ways to attend to customers' complaints. You can tell them to come back for that service. Just make sure that at the end of the day, that customer is smiling. The truth is, some of them, even if you tell them that, I will make you another dress for you, they will tell you not to bother. But they've forgiven you. You made them understand that, oh, this was a genuine mistake. It was not intentional. But some of us, they will give us feedback. The truth is, feedback will make you cry. You will feel bad for yourself. But after crying, dust your bum. Go back to what that person said. The person does not hate you. It will look like it, but the person doesn't. The person even wants you to become better. So let's work on how we handle clients' complaints, how we communicate with them. Let's learn how to maintain professionalism. Whatever professionalism means for your brand, for your business, let's learn it. And then when you promise people, please, if you cannot deliver, there's no point promising people that, oh, I will give you heaven and earth, but just because you want them to become your customer. But if you don't fulfill that promise, you will lose them. And you will not only lose them, you will lose them alongside every other referrals that they would have given you. All right. So we have communication structure, and you need to explain that. If you have staff that are working with you, you need to explain that to your staff. Sometimes my business line, I will give it to my staff, and then I will just go through the way they communicate with clients. And sometimes I will see some message, I say, hey, oh, yeah, delete it. It's not your friend you are talking to. This is our clients. And then sometimes, I think there was a day a client was coming in for the first time. And my assistant, she was trying to ask questions. And my assistant said, what could be the problem or something? There was the way she said it. Ha! When the woman came in like this, I was almost kneeling down. I'm sorry, ma. She does not know. Kiniko, kiniko. Because the way you communicate, elderly people with Yorubas, we say, ọ̀rọ̀ ó máa ń yọ obì lápò. So even no matter how difficult the situation is, if you know how well to communicate to people, they will let it go, no matter how hard the person is. All right, so then we have customer journey structure. How do your customers get to you? How do you meet new customers? The old customers that you have, what makes them stay? We have your content. Some of them will see your content. They will come to make inquiry. You will respond to them. They will book appointments. They will come for the service. They will receive the products that they booked for. They visit your office. You follow up on them. That follow-up aspect is also very important. You follow up on them. They return to you. They refer others. So it's very, very, very important that we document these things. Anything that happens more than once, let's learn to document them. And it's even better to put them on what's it called? Maybe your Google documents or something, so that you can always make changes. You can always edit. Then we have complaints resolution structure. I think I've mentioned that. Then we have team and HR structure. This is another very, very important one. This is the system through which a business, please, how many minutes more do I have? Okay. So this is the system through which a business recruits, manages, develops, evaluates, and retains the people who help it achieve its goals. This answers the question, how do we organize and manage the people who work in our business? This is the people aspect of structure, the people that work with you. What are the rules and regulations that guide what they do and how they do them? We have organizational structure. This defines who does what within the business. You should know, it's better that when you are big enough to employ enough staff, you don't have one person doing two things. The person that is placing order for product should not be the person that is receiving it. But most of us are at the level where, yeah, it's not only that you will order and receive, you will arrange it out for delivery. You will still be the one to call the client that, have you delivered your order, man? It didn't work well. But it's just important that we understand how these things happen. No, for instance, you as a HR person, you can decide that, okay, Folashade HR, you put it there. As the HR, these are the things that I do. As the salesperson, these are the things that I do. So it's very important that you understand who does what. Everybody should know their roles, and their roles should be clear. Let them understand their scope of operation. That's your SOP. You have an SOP for your business. Then we have recruitment structure. How do you recruit people? You know the need that you have in your business. Is it a salesperson? Is it a marketing person? Is it a content creator? Is it a social media manager that you need? Then you create a job description around it. There was a time for like 3 months I was advertising. I need a hairstylist. I need a hairstylist. I need a hairstylist. So you put it out on your Instagram, post it on your page, post it on your stories, tell friends, post it on your WhatsApp. Let people repost for you. And then when people come for interview, you ask questions, do a reference check. Does this person has what I need as a person? When you offer them employment, you give them offer letter, you give them appointment letter, you give them guarantor form, because you must be able to have a backup for your business. If something happens, who do I run to? It's very, very important. And then your terms and conditions, state them clearly. Before you can exit this business, these are the things that must happen. If you want to what's it called, leave policy, before your staff members can go on leave, what are the things that must happen? If you come late, what are the things that must happen? So it's very important that we put all these things down, we document all of them, and we understand them, and we make our staff understand them as well. And these things are not things that you tell them once, you tell them over and over again. I was listening to one woman, she said that the minimum trainings they do in their company is 5 times a month. Me, I was even thinking maybe once in a week, like once in a month rather. She said 5 times in a month, because you will tell people over and over again, they will still do that thing that you said that they should not do. And the truth is, you cannot get tired of training people. Don't have the mindset that, oh, if I train them, they will go away. So if you don't train them, what will now happen? How will they attend to your business? You must. I learned in this book, Girls Entrepreneur by Ibukunwawoshika, one of the entrepreneurs there. She said that she had to take it as her own CSR. That once a client comes, I take it as, this is what I'm adding to the community. I will train this person to suit my taste. If the person leaves, God be with you. I used to tell people that, see, I'm not afraid of you leaving my business. If you go, my staff, they know a lot of things. I don't care, because what sponsors my business is more than these things that you know. So you must have that confidence in yourself that, yes, I'm training you. But if you start that business today, you buy from all my vendors that you know. Even if all my clients come to you, you will not have the same result that I have. And it's not a curse. So we must be willing to train people. Then we have job description structure. We have employee documentation structure. I've mentioned that. Offer letter, their position, their salary, the dates they are resuming, basic terms, employment contracts, guarantor form, confidentiality agreements. We have NDA, that's non-disclosure agreement. For instance, as a caterer, you have your recipes. If your staff know your recipes, they must sign an NDA. They cannot repeat. The fact that they know your recipe does not mean that they will start their own business and they will repeat it. We have employee handbook, and all of that. Then we have onboarding structure. This is how new members are introduced to the business. When they come in, you have to let them know what goes on in the business, the importance, the things that you need them to know, the vision of the business. I could not really break that down under branding structure. Your business should have a vision. That is what is driving you to do whatever you do. So it's very important that you also let them know. We have social media policy. What are the things that you can post on your page? You cannot, there are some videos that I will not post on my page, no matter what you do. I will not post them on my page. So we have disciplinary policies, we have resignation policies. Then we have, I think I'll just wrap up here. I've covered a lot of things, and I think the remaining things are what our speakers can undo. So beyond what I've said here, whatever you've written down, go back and make research and try to fine-tune each one to your business. Use the second half of this year to sit down and structure your business. When you are not around, can they make that thing the way you will make it? Have a formula for everything you do. Down before you sew this cloth. Once you buy fabric, you're taking a picture of the fabric first. After taking picture of the fabric, you are going to cut the fabric. After cutting the fabric, you thread your needle. After threading your needle, when you have that body, and you give that person that document, even when you are not around, the person is able to follow those processes. Now, one thing is that no matter how much you structure your business, you cannot completely 100% remove yourself from that business. I would like to stop. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was expecting the chat to be more than that. Because what she has told us here is a master class. Is a master class. And did you notice the way she simplified everything? So it's what? Business structure made simple. So it's time for question and answers. I would ask the question, you will answer. You wrote down question. Okay, you wanted to ask her questions. You have questions to ask her. If you have questions to ask her, let me see your hands up. Okay, the questions are not much, just two. Can you respond to two questions? Okay. First of all, let's begin with the value of the family.
Thank you very much. It was quite extensive, but I would like to explain more on the limitations of education. Your skills are not transferable. Your staffs may be experts or intermediate. Now, when you want to delegate to them, having that back knowledge that your clients always wants you, and making sure that you can delegate this job to your clients, to your staffs. Now, what are the limitations? What are the limits to enforce that to your staffs?
Okay. This is a very serious question. um, I think the first thing is that you have to first understand that you cannot do everything. That's it. You need to train your clients to be able to accept your staff. Because if you don't train them to accept you, I understand that this question is a bit dicey. Because for instance, I think the aspect of my work that was a bit difficult for me to delegate the bridal aspect and then the film aspect. Because when filmmakers employ you, they want to see you. They want to see you on set. No matter what, they want to see you. So at some point, one of the things that I started doing is, for instance, if I have, I think there was a day, Lamide is here. There was a day that I had something very important to do, and I had to employ Lamide. And the amount I paid her is not the amount I would have paid an assistant, my regular assistant. But because I knew that for this thing to go on well without any producer calling me, I need to employ a capable hand. And then maybe for bridal hair, for instance, most of my clients will not allow somebody else to do it. So I have to find a way to be available to attend to that bridal client. I think maybe just 2% of my bridal clients have been sent someone else apart from me. And before I did that, I had to make sure that I informed them. I had to give them the assurance that this person that is coming to attend to you will attend to you well. If the person was not comfortable with that arrangement, maybe I would have returned their money. So there are some things that you may not be able to delegate. But structuring your business will help you such that to a large extent, you can outsource a number of things. Then when you now get to the point where you've tried every other thing that you could try and it's not working, I think at that point, maybe you now have to let it go. So this now also varies from business to business. I think I'm saying this more because we are in the same field. So for me now, let me say I have my working salon, and most of the clients that are working, maybe it's just I make it a point of duty that I really, it's not really my business to attend to them. If I attend to them, maybe I'm assisting the stylist that is on ground. It's not, the salon is not my business. I just make sure that I employ people that from time to time, I train them. I was telling my stylist recently, I said there are some things that I still need you to work on. Yeah, so we are going to sit down and then I'm going to train you. And then there's a way you also have to make sure that your staff members are confident. Because some of them, there are clients that once they walk in, they make your staff feel intimidated, like they don't know what they are doing. And for someone who is not very confident, that person's expertise just disappears immediately. Because some clients will come, the madam is not around, you are not doing this hair well, oh. Even when, because the truth is, some staff members will do that work more than you, that you own the business. But our client's mindset is that, no, once you are not the one. And I used to tell them that you cannot kill me. How old am I? I will now work. Everywhere will be paying me. I'll still be the one thinking of how the next customer will come in. So we must learn to train our clients and know that, yes, 100%. For instance, my product formulation now, if I want to formulate products, I have assistants. Go and boil this one, go and bring this one, sanitize this space, prepare the packaging bottles. The only thing I'm doing is the measurement and I'm doing the mixing. So as much as possible, I make sure that, okay, 75% of the work, they are the ones doing it, not me. And then maybe when I'm on set, for instance, and there is a client, I have to, in fact, most times I don't even walk in studio. I don't tell them that, oh, I'm not the one that will attend to you. No, when you get there, they will attend to. I just make sure that when my clients come in, the stylists know what to do. Even if it takes me to get on a call with them before the client get there, that yes, this person is coming though. When she comes, you already know what to do. Even if you don't know what to do, I'll tell you this and this and this are the things that you do. If I have to tell, sometimes I relate with them as if they are kindergarten babies. What did I say you will do? What will you do when this client comes in? Because if you don't do that until you are able to maybe employ hands that you know that, no, these ones, even if I'm not there, even those ones, you still need to monitor them. So it won't be 100, and that's why I said earlier that no matter how much structure you put into your business, you cannot be gone 100%. You still have to, come in once in a while. I don't know if that answers it.
Yes. Okay, before you leave, we have a question online. She said, thank you so much for the insightful session. How do I separate my business family, especially extended members? How do I separate my business from family and then cut their expectations for free services?
You see this one, to do it, you will offend people. You will offend people. You will offend them. You will fight. I think, where to put this? So first of all, you can draft maybe a document or a message, or you don't even have to make it deep. Anybody tells you, oh, I'm coming to I want to sew clothes, oh, I want to sew this particular dress, kiniko, don't smile. Send the person invoice. Yes, send the person invoice. When the person brings the clothes, you have to make payments or you have to make deposits. And those kind of people, the deposit should be nothing less than 70%. In fact, those kind of people, for instance, if you charge 5,000 normally, charge them 10,000. So that by the time you want to give discounts, you are giving them maybe 30% discount, 40% discount. At the end of the day, that's like 6,000 naira. If they don't pay you your complete money, you will still get that 5,000 naira that you want to collect. You have to be very, very firm. Because family members will use your products. They will use your time. How many family members are giving you money for what you are doing? How many family members are supporting what you are doing? Let's be realistic with ourselves. You're paying rent. How many of us have family members that say, at the end of the year, how much is your rent? 2.5 million. Let me give you 1 million. How many of us, because it looks like most of us here, we are the same classmates. How many of us have those family members? So when you sit down, see, sometimes, and that's why it's good to go for trainings, buy correct equipment. By the time you spend millions on your business, your brain will be correct, your head will be correct. You will know that no, I cannot continue doing this. If you buy products of 500,000 naira and then family member walks in and you calculate that wait oh, this month I gave them service worth 70,000 naira, next month I gave them service worth this amount of money, and then they are consistent. If it's like okay, maybe they come once in a while, maybe once in a year, once in 2 years, you can still say oh, this is my own contribution to them. But people that I have a salon now, and then every month they are coming in every month to make hair, and I'm using products, and I know the kind of product that I use. I pay for light. My place is Band-Aid that we are using. And then I will now say that no, what I will do is I can give them discount. And the discount, no matter how family the person is, you already know that this is the limit I can go to. So you just have to be firm and make up your mind about it. Anybody that wants to go should go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the next part of the agenda. We have one of our sponsors here who is going to come in and speak briefly about their product, Glow by Wealth. Do you hear? Okay, a round of applause, Glow by Wealth. Glow by, you're not clapping. All the products you brought, I'll use them alone. At least the next Beyond the Strands, I'll be glowing. Coming.
And space is supposed to come first. I need to. Where is the last thing?
Yes.
That's ah.
My name is Wilson George, and I'm representing the founder of the World Future here. So, I represent the group. And so, before I dive into what I have to say, I have a few questions to ask us. So, I'm very sure every one of us here, we all like have healthy and glowing skin. Like I can see a lot of what our skin is glowing. But if I ask the question now, how many of those things do you have to go together to your skin? A lot of us, we have to apply like 15 routines on our face. We have to apply like 10 products and all of that. It's like a lot. And most of us used to feel like that's applying a lot of product on our face is what makes our face shine or glow. But sometimes that's not true. So as and glow by well skincare is actually very different because we don't combine different actives. We don't have a lot of products that you have to combine together to be all glowing skin and healthy skin. You could do that by having just four products that has different actives in each product. So we believe that skincare shouldn't just follow trends, it should actually work. And our focus is very, very simple: healthy, hydrated skin with a strong barrier because when your skin is healthy, it glows naturally. So let me introduce the Glow by Rose family. First is our turmeric Glow bar soap. This is your regular soap, and it's packed with a lot of amazing ingredients like turmeric, vitamin C, retinol, AHA, avocin, hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C to help cleanse your skin while gently exfoliating. And it helps improve like reduction of dark spots. I use this viral skincare, and I mean, testament that it works really good. And we also have our Hydra Snail Radiant Serum, and you're not putting snails on your face. There's just this snail effect that the serum has. You know, snails love skincare ingredients because it's amazing for hydration and supporting skin barrier. And so that is combined with niacinamide, while hyaluronic acid, aloe vera. So natural ingredients that I feel works really well for the skin. Now we also have our ceramic repair moisturizer, and everyone is talking about glowing skin, but not enough people talk about the skin barrier. So think of your skin barrier as your skin bodyguard. When it is healthy, your skin holds onto moisture better, feels comfortable, and looks naturally radiant. When it is damaged, your skin can feel dry, irritated, and even your other skincare products will not perform as well. I have oily skin, and I can tell that since I started using this product, the amount of oil my face used to produce on a regular day got reduced. And the last product we have is the Radiance Brightening Oil. This is very perfect if you are looking to improve the appearance of your uneven skin. So if you have like a dry skin, you could use it as your body cream or lotion. So that comes with ingredients like C-butane, the sea buckthorn, and so many more. But like because of time, we could come over to the stand to make inquiry, and I'll be very delighted to actually answer any questions you have so much.
Thank you very much. So right now we're going to move to the next part of the program, and the next part of the program is when. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? Because I sound different. Yes, everybody is having milky voice today, so I wanted to give you my milky voice version. Like, hello, hello, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get it? You get it? Okay, so we're having our panel session. You can see we have some fine data people in the building. And we're starting with the panel session on finance and legal. It is true that when you are running a business, you need money, right? But along with money, you also have to be ready with the law. So we're going to be learning about finance and legal. And we have two powerful people in the building. The first person that I will be calling on is Olamide Olayinka. Olamide Olayinka is the CEO of Mayana Group, and he's an entrepreneur building at the intersection of capital, business, and real economic impact in Nigeria. He has spent years doing what most people only theorize about: deploying capital, structuring deals, and helping businesses move from survival to sustainability. He understands firsthand that the gap between a business that works and one that thrives is rarely about ideas. It is almost always about execution: how money is managed, priced, and positioned. His conviction is simple: financial intelligence is not a luxury reserved for the big players. The business owner who cannot yet pay herself a salary needs it just as much, maybe more. Olamide speaks not from theory, but from the table, where decisions are made with incomplete information, under real pressure, with real consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome the money, the person to talk about money, Olamide Olayinka. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, I can, because he's a man, your clapping increase. Let me call her, and you don't clap like that. I've marked your face. All right, so we have the second person, Bankeye Akinwale. She is an astute legal practitioner whose career spans over a decade of excellent advocacy. She has a deep passion for children and young persons, and this passion led to the founding of Seedbed Therapeutic Foundation, a foundation dedicated to the healing and growth of children and young people. She runs a family law firm located in Marina, Lagos State, together with her husband, who is also a legal practitioner. As a family lawyer, she has helped families navigate adoption, custody, and guardianship matters, among others. Bankeye is a minister of God in the marketplace through her position, and her blend of legal training has equipped her with a unique capacity to navigate complex legal questions that shape modern legal and family law practice. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Mrs. Bankeye Akinwale. Okay. Okay, we are so happy to have you here, Mr. Olamide and Mr. Sorry, Mrs. Olamide. Mr. Olamide Olayinka, I got this. And Mrs. Bankeye Akinwale. Yes, you both have experience in the business world, and we're so happy to have you here. So I'm going to start with Mr. Olamide. There was something you said in your introduction, or I read in your introduction that I really liked. You said a business person who doesn't pay themselves is not ready for business, right? So let me ask you the question. At what point should a business owner separate personal and business finances, and how?
Right. Good afternoon, everybody. Um, First off, I'm so happy to be here. Shout out to Shade. Thank you so much for putting this together. So, so amazing. And I'm sure every one of us, we have thanked her for coming to this place. Also, I'm in the midst of family. I have a couple of my friends here, so shout out to all of you. So and I hope we can learn one or two things today. First off, I would like to say that as a companion of life and family, that wherever you are, I probably have been there or maybe I'm still there right now. So that brings us to the same level and allows us to like connect because these are issues that affect every one of us. So let's have that table to set. Um,
Your, your, your business or personal finances?
I hope it's gone into our because what happens is that you start, however little, that is your business structure. You separate yourself from the business. Shani was saying the other time and was answering the question about how family and friends have to be the same. A lot of times, we do ourselves a lot of disservice when we don't separate these entities. There are some people, the likelihood is to get rich, but then that will only attract them to you maybe once or twice. But then the quality of the business or the quality of the service will speak more to them. And then when you blur the line or when you are not able to make that division or separation, what then happens is that you wrap everything, all one and the same, and then you lose a lot of them because of that. So it's important that from day zero, you separate your business finance from your own personal finance, and then you're able to track, you have visibility on your data, how much of the spending, how much is coming in, and then you're able to make more informed decisions. Yeah, that was my take.
Thank you. But how? How do we do it?
Yeah, it starts with the basic. She's going to speak to the, the later part of it. into the financing part of it, a simple business account, and so simplicity. My bank is number, so you can always just download the number app and sign up, and one day you are set to go. And then you can, from all of that, and the beautiful thing about technology these days is that you can get a lot of informed solutions. For instance, in the number app, you have analytics built into it. So even from your app, you can track where your money is going. You don't have to really export it into like an Excel sheet. From the app alone, you can have like some basic and foundational analysis about what's happening to your money. So from day zero, the moment you have that idea, the idea comes to mind and you're about to like take action as much as you're catering to like the legal part of it. Because I think we do that a lot. We think about because there's been a lot of information about registration and then even with a lot of policy going on in the country, it is almost important that you have registered. So, but a lot of time we do that and then we don't even think about setting up as small as we to a business account for our business. So from day zero starts with setting up. You don't need a fancy day zero. You don't need a fancy or a very complex accounting software. Your bank account and your bank app is enough for you at day zero, and then you can go from there.
Thank you very much.
So nobody is anything.
Thank you. Let's begin with the same question this time. At what stage should a business register, and why does it matter?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So I'll try to be, my voice is very low today because I have a very high voice, and since everyone is trying to speak, I use as possible. So when I was preparing for this meeting, one thing that came to my mind was that, just like you said, everything about living is online. You have to make your business, you have to really put it together. The knowledge is everywhere. But the thing is, are people really doing it? So, just like the question I really asked, at what stage should you introduce anything new into your business? At what stage should you register? Presently, now you want to register a business in Nigeria. There's a part for commencement date. So, I still register very yesterday. That commencement date cannot be more than 15 days. So if, for example, maybe 2020, maybe started your business is growing, you refuse to register it. Now you want to register. Commencement date will be 18 days ago, whereas your business started 2020. So it's better you start your registration immediately. Have your plan, start the business. Start your commencement date can be the same with your registration, but it cannot be forward and cannot be more than 18 days. So immediately you want to get on the business, please register it. Get a lawyer to do it for you, or get someone else. Like I know, I like to tell people you can do some things yourself, but this registration can only be done by legal practitioners or some accounting people that have registered the corporate affairs commission. So if you go to some people around corporate affairs in those days, we used to have it at maybe Federal Head. You go to them, there's a guy around since now register for you. I don't know if he's still there now. Because some people are scared of fees for lawyers. So I like you to really get lawyers on board, but if you can't, maybe because of the people around you, your expenses, get other people that can do it for you. It is best to register your business at the start. That is very simple. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, what basic financial structure should every business have from the start? So, that question will be to Mr. Olamide Olayinka. What is the basic financial structure that every business should have from the start?
All right. Thank you. I would love to throw the question to you else to check if it was funny. What's like the basic financial across it. Yeah, separate business account. Thank you very much. So that's number one. Then you can add to it a clear record of what's going on in the business, like the sales floor, where you're able to say, oh, you are able to track your inventory, you're able to track who has bought what, how much they pay for what, and then the last thing again is a record of revenue against cost. I think that's another case where you don't track much, and then you're not able to take a firm position as to what the business is, because activity does not mean that you're running like a profitable venture. You can have sales every day, and then your cost is eating into all of the money that you're making and even more. I think that Nigeria was talking about Bankeye the other time. It's flooding, you probably need internet, your friends is not working, so you're buying data on the pay routers, and then you probably buying fuel, and if you are not tracking that, you can do that, and at the end of the day, you see 100% of everything you made and even more. So at the foundational level, it's very important that you have a business account, a clear record of your inventory, and then another one that speaks to revenue and cost. Thank you.
That's a very succinct answer. That moves me to the next question. At what point does a business become profitable? Because a lot of people don't know the difference between making money and actually being profitable. So at what point can a business say, yes, we are profitable?
All right. Progressive. At the end of the day, I like the flow of the question. So first, we talk about what is important at the one, and then we progress to the other things that we can do there on it. So if you've done that for the first month, you're doing well. The next few months, what you should now focus on is to make sure that your your cost is minimal as to what you are making in terms of revenue. Say you sell X amount of the product, is um, low, not low. I
Global
love
wealth.
it. Global wealth as an example. I love their turmeric soap, and then they are selling their fastest, off the shelf product, and then they are selling like 100 units and say, um, 1,000. Yeah, so 2,000, that brings us to how much? At 2,000 times 100 a month, 200,000. And then, their cost is like to buy power, to buy food, to pay like front office, and everything, social media, marketing. That's very important to me. Do you agree with me? That's
Yes.
very, very, very important. I know it's not my question, but social media marketing, very, very important. I digress a little. Today, I can't count the number of brands that have walked into your store to see your ads, your Instagram ads especially, has brought me to this place. And when I get into those places, I know what I'm looking for because they've pumped those images in my head so much that sometimes they even show me other things. I get down in first, and I'll send you on the rest. So can we agree that social media
Yes.
marketing is important?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know a lot of us are just saying, no, I don't have money for, and some of us will say, oh, I don't even use Instagram. I don't use, you don't have to use it. The people that will buy from you, they are there, so it is important. Now back to my friends at Yoga World. The main sales, 200K, and then all of their running costs and expenses for the month, including salaries and everything, is say 100K. The rest, take 100K from 200K. They are left with how much? 100,000. So it is, and that's why foundationally we talked about how that's important to have clear record. So you cannot miss anything. You have to have a clear record of where the money is, where they are going to, so that you're able to make informed decisions. And so that anybody that asks you about your numbers, you are confident enough to tell them, oh, this is what where my numbers. Some of the things that separates the people that will the so-called financial experts. That's the difference. They know where the money is going. If you wake them up 12 midnight and ask them, how much is your cost this month? They already know. And that's why it is very hard to get things by them or to cheat them. They are able to spot fraud fast because you have like accurate knowledge of where money is going. So when you see something like strange, you are able to jump at you because month on month you track it. So you're able to call the person in person and say, look, something is going on here. What is happening here? So the moment I put the question is to say, at what point is the business profitable? The moment you are able to bring your cost down and then your revenue is able to absorb that and you have money left behind. Oh, you are also making things here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So over to you, Mrs. Bankeye Akinwale. What is the difference between running a business casually versus as a legal entity?
Thank you. Running a business casually, meaning looking at casual, it means without guide, without direction, no plan. It's just something you just woke up, just started doing it. You've not really thought about it. Whereas on the other hand is the question casually, then having a legal entity. The other one I would define after casual, although not the question is having a business name registered. Then the other one is having a separate legal entity. There are three in casual. You want to run a business casual, no direction. That one is not even registered, it's not even under business registration. Then it's not under company incorporation at all. So it means no guide, nothing. You just started doing it, just like the speaker said the other time. That when you don't have a plan of what you want to do, you won't really know what you want to achieve. And we will see it all this while. So with that question, registering a business name is one aspect of giving your business a structure. Because now you are registered as CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, and then you have a business name, you have a certificate, then you have something that is called a report from Corporate Affairs Commission that includes your name, the address of the business, and some other information. And the other one that this question is particularly about, which I wouldn't know if they have added their mind towards, is that having a separate legal entity from your business is registering or incorporating a company. Let me put this simply like that. Business name is that one that you register and they tell you, okay, just give me your passport. You are the only one that will be registered under it and all that information. That's existing. Very good. You can have an account. But the other one that is keep has business very well. And you want to do a business that has to do with lots of risks. You have to register a limited liability company. That is the company limited as shares as anyone. That's something that are limited for guarantee, that's something that are limited, public companies and all that. But the other one is registering your business, incorporating it, and it has to be limited. LTD or LIMITD. Without that, it means you and your business name are the same. If me as Bankeye, she called me Bankeye, but sorry, let me change this. My name is Bankeye. If me as Bankeye, I decide tomorrow, okay, I want to register a business name, my name will be used for that business, or do I have a name? But I will be the proprietor. Any risk that business will have to take off will come back to me. If, for example, I'm owing someone and they want to take me to bank, they will say, Bankeye Akinwale, trading under the name
something, something. That's how it will go. So you cannot go to court and say, my name should not be there. It should only be my business name. It doesn't work that way. Because the law takes you as one and the same with that business name. So now if you want to have a separate legal entity from your business, that is when you register a company with limited empire. So it means if there's any risk that has to be there, your properties, your name will not feature. That's when you have some people doing a business and then you get to court, you say, okay, Bankeye Akinwale as the first defendant, then you have August 26th friend as the second defendant. I will now go to court and say, my lord, remove Bankeye Akinwale because we are two different people. My company is a legal entity on its own. I am a legal entity on my own. So they will remove you. So whatever liability will come, will not come to you. Except so that's what it means by having a separate legal entity. So when you register a business name, you are not that separate from your business. That is the conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you. You mentioned something about the law there when you mentioned if you go to the court of law, you'll be separated from the business. What risk can come from operating without contracts?
All right. A lot of risk. See, when I try to explain things, I just make it as bare as possible. All the risks you can think of can come to your business without contract. Okay, I'm a litigation lawyer. I go to court almost every day. I was in court 2 weeks ago, particularly for, okay, let me explain this way. My husband, who is a legal practitioner, decided to get a property from a developer. That developer is our client. So this is someone we've known over the years. We've been helping him do a lot of things. Now we now say, okay, this particular property that you begged us to have with you, we started paying in bits. My husband was the one fronting, he started paying. All of a sudden, this man came back. I'm no longer selling at this rate. I want to sell it to another person. Do you know what my husband does? Sale agreement. I'm a lawyer. My husband is a lawyer. We have a law firm. We have sale agreement that was not even executed. My husband did not sign it, although he said he signed his own part, but the developer did not sign. So you can see that this thing is not even about the fact that you're a lawyer, you're not a lawyer. At the end of the day, when I went to argue this thing in court, the judge was telling me this thing was not signed. So any risk you can imagine, I don't want to say this particular risk or that risk. They can, at the end, okay, without any contract, if I give you a job to do for me, sew me this particular clothes. No evidence on my WhatsApp to say this is our agreement. No email to that effect. You can come up tomorrow and say, what you told me is different. Okay, if you tell me to make a shaped dress for you as a tailor, I decided to make a 360-degree dress for you. And there's no anything written on WhatsApp. Nothing. You didn't record my phone conversation. I can tomorrow come and say, you didn't tell me to do that. So any risk you can imagine could come. So it's better you do an agreement. You can do it yourself. I tell people, you know, when I say this, they will say, as a lawyer, how will people now come to you and get your services? See, we're trying to help everybody. If you cannot get a lawyer to do your agreement, do it yourself. Download it online. Read through it. If the risk involved in it is not that big. But if you know the risk, if it's money that is worth millions of naira, get a lawyer. But if it's not, do it yourself. So just make sure that person signs something for you and you also sign and keep it. So there will always be a rainy day when you use it. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Olamide, what common money mistakes keep small businesses from growing?
All right. Thank you very much. So I want to throw this back to the house because I know we are all like at some point victims of this. So I just want to randomly just echo some of these mistakes that you think has affected your or hindered the growth of your business. So anybody, please. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other person? Yeah? Oh, beautiful. Not paying yourself. One last one. God bless you. I mean, it's very like very common, and that's why one of the things that we don't realize with this um, habit is that at the core of it, human beings we are how do they put it? Creations of habits. What these little habits, take records here, separate accounts here, structure your business as a legal entity. What they do for you is that they they put you, they make you structured, they make you disciplined as a person. I have a couple list here and I would like to read about. We've talked about mixing personal and business money, no records, underpricing, no savings buffer, spending on appearances before building margin, also not paying back your credits and accumulating debts. That's dangerous too. And I will get to the part where there is I am there is this very bad culture that is bad and misinformation that is bad for small businesses, and is the demonization of credit. Credit is not bad. We've just not been taught well. We are misinformed. Credit is not bad. Credit is good. Think about the biggest businesses in your sector today. They are not doing that with their money. With your money, you can do so much. But with credit, and there are different ways to structure it, you can do so much more. In fact, there are no limits. Think about the richest black man today. Alaji is expanding. If you talk about the biggest expansion vehicle in Africa today, is the Dangote Industries. That's not Alaji's money. That's different, working capital from within and outside the country. So please and please, I digress again. If you are not going to take anything away from this conference today, credit is your friend. Now, back to the question again. One of the pitfalls that I see often is owners treating, we've talked about a lot of them, but I think central to everything is treating your revenue as income. And then because of that, you spend what comes in rather than what is left after cost. Because, I mean, 500 came in from sales of our turmeric soap today. And then, oh, we got a big distributor from this conference, someone in the industry now. Blow by what again? You guys should sign me up after, I don't know, and, the person pitched to us. And then from this conference, they bought off 500K units of what of our turmeric soap line. And then all of a sudden, and then that will bring me to the part, aside having records, it is also important that you assign mentally and physically, you assign jobs to your money before they even arrive. Because all of a sudden, 500 came in, whatever spirit that whisper to people, before you know it, your phone is buzzing. Your your landlord all of a sudden just wakes up and say, "Oh, there is a tiny leak. We have to fix it." There's a demand at home. Your sister is having this big 10th year birthday party for her son, and because you are the godmother, they've allocated 300K for you to come and because 500 just happened at your uh, in your account, you just thought it, let us do this for the sake of community. And that's one of the pitfalls and the biggest pitfalls that we see every time, because some of the things that we're doing in Mayana Group actually is a level of financial advisory for our clients. And we see that a lot when business owners, especially small business owners, are unable to separate, their own personal finance and the business finance, and then they spend from the income, from the revenue of the business before the cost. Revenue is what comes into the business. Profit is what stays after the cost. And so, if you don't have a accurate differentiation for that, you find out that you are just modeling everything up, and then you are dipping your hands, and then there is no growth. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. To you, ma'am, what are common avoidable legal mistakes that entrepreneurs make?
All right. Common avoidable mistakes. Okay, the last question I answered was the one that has to do with contract. And by contract, we mean agreement. I mentioned it. So the first one I see people make a lot, I said it earlier, is if you want to do a big risk business and you leave out the service of a legal practitioner. It's a very big thing for people. And I've seen that at the end of the day, we are trying to avoid paying a lawyer, but you still pay that lawyer and you now pay more. So when you're starting your business, it's better you get someone, even if it's a lawyer that just graduated from law school, get the person on board and let that person grow with you. The way they will charge you later will be way considerable than maybe now you are now earning millions or billions and you want to get someone on board. So always start with someone that has legal knowledge of what you are doing. So if you do that, you have avoided that mistake of, when you have that person on board too, the person will see to your agreement, um, the contracts you have to make with your employees to be dealt with. So if you want to employ someone, it is very important to give them offer of employment. Very, very important. It will spell out the scope of operation, what they are coming in to do, what you are giving them, what you're expecting from them. It will spell it out. So you can't tell me you want to employ someone and just say, I need you to just be staying in my office. I'll give you 200,000 naira a month, and that will be it. There will be a day when that person will do or will meet to do something that you have in your mind. And then you start coming up with, are you not expected to do this? You see some drivers, I've seen this before. Someone will employ a driver and say, oh, come and wash my car. The driver will tell you, washing car is not part of my assignment. You didn't tell me that. So it's better you spell whatever it is you want to do, you spell it out, especially your employees. If you want to employ someone, like we do in my own law firm, we have offer of employment. And when you come in, we have something that we call scope of operations. You can call it different names. When they come in, sit down with them, take them through it. Maybe when you're having your monthly meeting or weekly meeting, whatever it is, take them through what you're expecting from them. There's a saying that, okay, not a saying, it's in the Bible, write the vision on the table, make it plain. So if you don't make plain what you want from me, then you can't expect from me what is not made plain. So the first is get someone that has legal knowledge of things you're doing on board. If you are into big risk business, or and do agreement, prepare agreement or contract for whatever it is you want to do. So those two, if you're able to deal with them, then you can go forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we've had lots of eye-opening sessions here today, but I have one question for each of you, and that is, what is one piece of advice that would help everyone here build something sustainable and scalable? So you're going to talk from the legal department, and he will talk from the finance department.
Um, I'll say there's compounding value in consistency. And just thinking about it, business is a contact sport. Like it's not a family venture. Like I was talking, I used the example of your sister um, having a birthday for a kid, and then you are obliged to pitch in, to drop some money. But business, nobody owes you anything. So you have to, like, go at it every day to make it attractive to people. And another part to it is not just the people that are buying, but the people that it will be so attractive enough that people will start reaching out to you to say, I want to be part of this as an investor. I want to put in my funds behind this, because I notice that a lot of time we build the customer or consumer facing side of our business, and we don't push the investor part of our business, and we just build it, and it's very attractive to customers. They always want to call, but there's so much that you can do with that level of attraction. You want to make it attractive for people who can bring in much more capital to say, can we take this to 100? So, and to get to that point, you have to, there are a lot of formulas to it today. Giving it your 10,000 hours, showing up every day. But at the core of it is just consistency. Especially the part of an entrepreneur is not like a rosy, part. A lot of things. You are everything um, at the beginning of your business. You are the salesperson, you are the marketing person, you are the front office, front desk person, you are the stylist, you are the, after effects, you are everything at day zero. So you will experience a lot of discouragement, days when you don't feel like it, days when things are not working. I say days, weeks, months, but what makes the difference at the end of the day is momentum, that consistency, showing up every day. And before you know it, a little learning here, a little adjustment here, and one day you just appear on the other side. So I would say there is compounding value in consistency. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you.
So the question is, how do we build a sustainable business, right? Just, is that it?
No, okay. So it is, if everyone is going to leave here, what is one piece of advice to help them build something sustainable and scalable?
All right. So I believe I should share a bit of my experience. I run a law firm with my husband, it was read earlier. And one thing I discovered 2 years ago is that, okay, that law firm has been in operation for like 10 years now. But I discovered at a point we are not really growing the way we should. For law firms, people see you as professionals, but I tell you, we're also entrepreneurs because you are the one that will tell people we do this, although legally we are not to advertise. That's why when I do some things, I don't tell you, oh, come and patronize me, come and I'll do this for you. No. You just tell people what you do. You don't want to come, they come because it's not allowed professionally. But one thing I discovered 2 years ago is that you have put many things in place. You have registered, you put accounting knowledge in place, you have a lot of them, you have gone for so many meetings and all. But at the end of the day, it's not turning back into what you want. It's not giving back what you want. One thing I did 2 years ago is to really sit down and say we want to do a rebranding. I know some of us are startups here, maybe, okay, some of us, we've not really spent some years. But at times, even after a year, you may try to look inward. If the results you're getting from your business after a year is not what you want, like my brother talked about consistency. You've been consistent. You've been doing some things rightly, but they are not yielding the results that you want. Even after a year, you can do a rebranding. Is that you go back to the table, you withdraw. How am I here? What brought me here? What do I really want to achieve? Then you make sure your energy is renewed. That was what I did 2 years ago. I discovered we've been running some things over and over, the energy is just down. Even when you bring people on board, you with so much energy, some lawyers after law school, they are filled with fire, they want to work. But when they join you, that same energy that is in you will also drain their own. So what I did 2 years ago is I went back to the drawing table. I discovered I wrote some things out. I told my husband we need to put this in place. Oh, he said no. Employing more people, no, it won't work. Putting this in place, it won't work. Increasing the funds we are putting into our law firm, he said, is too much. But after some months, he said, oh, I agree. And we did that. And things have really got better. So what I want to say in conclusion as final words, if you are living here, is legally involve someone, ensure you have agreement at every stage, even if it's just WhatsApp communication. Court now take it. Okay, what agreement do you have? I have it on my phone. If it's email, these days we don't really communicate with people via phone call. Do it on WhatsApp. Send emails to them. And after sending your email, you discover they are not responding to you via email. When they call you, tell them you've sent them an email. Tell them to go back to it. So sit down, go back to the drawing table, withdraw whatever it is that is not working, and look at people that can help you. You can bring people in. Maybe, okay, as a legal practitioner now, there's some things I've gained from my friend. Folashade is my friend, my best friend. There's some things I've gained from her. And sincerely, some things I may not walk up to other people to tell them I've gained from her. She has opened my eyes to some things that maybe I wasn't seeing before. So get people, first, get legal minds around you, get your agreements ready, go back to the drawing table if things are not working. Then get minds, as in rub minds to people around you to really help. I believe doing this, you'll be able to get things going without issues.
Thank you so much to the both of you. It's been a pleasure having you around today. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you learned from that session because I'm coming back with questions. So, I said that I have questions for you. How much did you give BB for this session? How much should you give BB for this session? Somebody said BB for a big hug. Who said a big hug? Because I'll be banking on that hug at the end of this session. If I don't receive that hug, I won't leave here. So many people want me to give them a hug afterwards. Now I'm feeling happy. Thank you. Because left to some people here, I will go home without my shoes. But you are different, huh? So thank you so much to our panelists. And now we're moving to the panel session number 2. If you have questions that you want us to answer, just put it down somewhere and send it to us, okay? All right? But I hope we're answering the questions on your mind, right? Okay. So the next panel session that we have is with two powerful people. We've talked about money. Now that you have money in your bank account, now that you have legal backing, what happens to marketing and operations? These are two key stakeholders in every business. So is there anybody that have questions about the last session? Anybody? We answer the questions in the I am a mind reader. Give it to me. In fact, you are trying. Well done. So this next panel session is about marketing and operations, and we're inviting two powerful people, Omolola Dada and Adebisi Odeleye. Those are two people that we are inviting. So like we did earlier, we're going to talk about these two people. The first person that I'll be inviting to the stage is Omolola Dada. Omolola Dada is a passionate and results-driven marketing expert with a proven record of helping brands grow through creativity, clarity, and measurable impact. With a decade of hands-on experience and partnerships across more than 50 global brands. She continues to redefine how businesses connect with audiences in today's fast changing digital world. As the founder of Awani Digitals, Omolola leads with purpose and innovation, guiding brands towards visibility, resonance, and sustainable growth. Under her leadership, the agency has become known for building campaigns that tell powerful stories and deliver tangible business results. Her work goes beyond client projects. She has trained almost 200 aspiring marketers to begin successful careers, spoken at several events and institutions, and created resources that make marketing more accessible to business owners. In 2025, Omolola was recognized by ALT Marketing School in London as one of the top 100 marketing professionals, honoring her dedication and influence in the industry. Omolola has received multiple recognitions from respected brands and organizations for excellence and thought leadership in marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's call Omolola Dada. Thank you for coming. The next powerful person we are calling on is Adebisi Odeleye. Odeleye. She is a multi-award winning entrepreneur and gender advocate dedicated to promoting trade and investment opportunities for women and youth-led businesses across Africa. Through collaborations with government bodies, NGO, and the private sector, she has championed initiatives that enhance access to finance and enterprise development for women entrepreneurs. She is the visionary founder of More Organics, a sustainably sourced African beauty and wellness brand redefining skincare through indigenous ingredients and empowerment. In 2020, More Organic was named amongst Africa's top 50 female-owned businesses by women in African philanthropy and won Best Beauty Brand in Africa and Sustainable Impact in Cosmetics Production. Adebisi served as Impact President of AWEAA and Director at Finlight Grassroots Initiative. She promotes women's inclusion, trade, and financial access, and also leads the Be More campaign, mentoring girls and providing reusable sanitary towels across Nigeria and Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Mrs. Adebisi Odeleye. Thank you for coming. We have beautiful people in the house, right? Yes. And now it's time to talk about finance, about marketing and visibility, right? So, we're going to go straight into the business. I'm going to start with marketing. Many entrepreneurs post consistently and they don't get customers. Now, you know what is missing because you know marketing is not just about posting, right? So, how does a business move someone from seeing your page to actually?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Folashade, for having me. Okay, so many people post consistently, but something is missing. What doesn't make them get leads and all of that? So I would say it's strategy, right? Some of us have started saying strategy as a buzzword, but it's not, right? Because you just hear, oh, they've told us to create a strategy this, strategy that, but it's the soul of every successful marketing structure, right? So if your business is only showing up and posting content, I'm not sure you are going to get results, regardless of whatever effort you are putting into the quality of your content and all of that. So strategy is very important. Strategy answers questions like, who are you speaking to? Because of course, your product, your services are not for everyone. So you need to be able to answer questions like that. Who are my target audience? And what values do I communicate? So that's where you begin to answer questions like, what problem do you solve for your audience? So think of the many problems that your brand exists to solve. You need to be able to also communicate that as part of your messaging. And once you've clearly identified the people that you are speaking to and the problem that your brand solves, it would then be easy to take these people to the point where they are able to make a decision, right? So, for example, I've I've done a very solid brand awareness. I've taken people from that stage of knowing who I am, knowing the people that I serve, and knowing the problem I solve. I have consistently communicated my values to this target audience. It's now left for me to do what? Carry them on that journey to say, okay, if I have successfully been able to do all of those things in the first place, I can now confidently sell to them. Why a lot of people do not get sales is because they go straight into the sales process. They go straight to marketing their products and services, missing out the awareness stage, the consideration stage before it now gets to where they choose you as the final decision. So it is important that you make your audience aware of who you are. They need to see you as an authority in that industry. They need to be able to trust you first. So those are like the stages for you to be able to move people from awareness to choosing you as the final um, destination.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's ask you, ma'am, as a founder, how do you know it's time to stop doing everything yourself?
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations, Shade. Please, can we jam our hands together for her? She's looking so pretty. You know? And I also want to say well done to Bankeye and Olamide for a fantastic session. I also picked one or two things from your conversation. So, at what point do you think it's necessary for you to get someone on board? I think if peradventure you have worked before starting your business, you would have understand a little bit of structure in terms of one person is not the only one that runs the show from the beginning to the end. Unfortunately, a lot of entrepreneurs in Nigeria just finish school and then they just jump into it and they are doing almost everything by themselves. And that makes it really, really overwhelming. So, right from the beginning, look at your core strengths. There are some free online tests that you can take. Tolu, it's so good to see you. You know, there are some core tests that you can take that would help you identify what your strength is. Immediately you know what your strength is, it is better that you get someone to work with you. Now you might be wondering that someone that is just starting business, how do I pay? How do I do this? Now in this all, two people came with me, my brother and one of my team members. My brother is a cybersecurity person. However, today he has been my PA. He has been writing all the mails, all the letters I'm supposed to write. He has been doing it while I was driving here. My PA is adding extra. In fact, she's even doing content there. So it's not as if I can't come here by myself. But then think about your business that way, as if you want it to be as big as a Dangote, for instance, what are the things that you can outsource? So when I was growing up, I also have a brother that is a graphics designer. He was in charge of designing some of our graphics that will push out there. And you don't even need to pay all of these people at the beginning of your career. We all have resources around us, but we don't pay attention to it. So if you would ask me when is the best time to get someone, immediately you're thinking of the idea. Look at the gifts around you. She was saying that get someone that just finished from law school. In fact, get someone in your church. I'm just starting my business. How can you help me with my legal this thing? You see someone that is very good with probably communications, or even that likes taking pictures and is an aspiring influencer, engage that person. So from engaging them, you are not getting them as a full staff, or you're getting them as a support to help you build at least what you're starting before you start scaling. I hope I answered your question.
Fantastic. Yes, you did. You did. You did. So, what systems helped you personally to move from running a business to building a sustainable brand?
Hmm. So I think I've mentioned a part of it. Looking at the people around me and asking for help. That's the first one. Number two is education. So I started the business in 2014 because then I was pregnant for my first son. And I have a skin concern called xerotis cutis that literally breaks and bleed during Harmattan. And so when I was pregnant for my first son, it became really, really bad. Um, and so I started using shea butter. My mother-in-law was the one that, so I, before I started using shea butter, I would just always complain around, this pregnancy is stressing me. I was just nagging. And then one of those days she came and she said, you know what, I'm going to bring shea butter for you. Start using shea butter. And that was how I started using shea butter. Now, how did it become a business? I was in church. I was in choir rehearsal, and then one of the ladies in the rehearsal wants to buy shea butter for her daughter. But we didn't know the song. We've not rehearsed the song well. In this life, I hate embarrassment. So I told her, you won't come and shame us tomorrow. We'll not embarrass ourselves in public. Bring your child to church tomorrow. I would cream her body. I'll bring shea butter for her. And so that was how I took shea butter to this lady. Her name is Ibiyemi. And creamed her daughter's body, gave her extras that could last her for maybe like a month because I had a chunk. This lady was the one that made announcements about the business, telling every other woman that, oh, she has very good shea butter. That was how people started ordering for shea butter. Now, at what point did I now know that I was going to start putting processes into it? Eventually, in 2016, I gained admission to LBS. I got a scholarship, a World Bank scholarship, and I went to Enterprise Development Center. It's one of the departments in Lagos Business School. And then somebody raised a challenge that a lot of entrepreneurs in Nigeria, when they manufacture something, if someone else comes to meet them, the next batch is not going to be the same. And so, how do we ensure consistency? And I remember the present executive director, Dr. Nneka, was the one that responded to that. That's one of the reasons she doesn't buy anything from African businesses or Nigerian businesses is that consistency. So the question was raised in the class, and we thought of it, okay, how come Coca-Cola is the same taste? How come organizations like Dove is the same consistency? How come creams like Vaseline is the same consistency? And so the secret to everything is SOP, standard of standard operating procedure. Having that document, my production executive is here. I tell them when it's time to produce, suspend your brain. Look at the numbers, look at the table, look at the figures. I'm not expecting you to do any miracle. If we are doing research and development, we can do a miracle. But when it comes to production of certain products, we've done the work. I have done the work. Just replicate it. So that was the point I knew that if I need to scale, I need to put this in place. And understanding that SOP, if I'm able to get the certain percentage for 100%, then I can replicate it if I have 1 million orders. I can replicate it if I have orders. In fact, I can replicate it anywhere in the world. My SOPs are always on my drive because there was a time I was not in Nigeria and I needed to produce. Somebody had an event. I've ordered on Amazon. They've brought all the raw materials and I've created it. So as an entrepreneur, the first thing you need to do, aside from having everybody around, is to have your SOP. I hope I've responded to your question.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. I'll come back to you, Omolola. What does a simple but effective marketing structure look like for a small business?
Okay, so I would say number one, a clear offer, right? Because if you are building a simple, like you said, simple marketing structure, you need to be clear on your offerings, right? Because people don't buy into products and services that they don't understand. And these days, it seems as if because we want to be seen as premium, we then try to complicate our messaging. No, our messaging can be as simple as possible using simple English. Just make sure that your offer is clear. Why do I need to buy that chair? So that you can sit comfortably without having backaches. As clear as possible. We don't need to use big English for them to understand, right? So after you've made sure that you have a clear offer or you have clear offers, you then move to creating content that educates the audience, content that inspires the audience, and fun content too, actually. Because I like to say, for example, social media is social media for a reason. There's a reason why it is social. So you can't be online and not be social as well. And people are not online to buy products. I always say that nobody here created an Instagram account because they want to buy you food. Right? We all created social media accounts because we want to connect with our friends, probably look for some information, but buying products and services is most likely not the first thing on our minds, right? So I always say, so I always say that when we are online, we need to also make sure that we meet people at the point of their needs. So create content that is fun for your audience, right? And that has been confused sometimes with jumping on trends because it's also important to make sure that your business knows the kind of trends to not upon because it can be a trend that goes bad for you. It may be good for this brand but bad for your own brand. So it's also important to know where to draw the line as regards creating content. But just make sure that whatever content you are creating, it is giving you, it is tied directly to your business goals. So for example, what goal do you want to achieve this month? If you have a visibility problem, people don't know you online. You now say, okay, for every content I'm going to create in the next 3 months, I need to make sure that it brings me visibility. Right. So when you are now checking your insights at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, did he achieve the goal of visibility? Did he get a lot of saves? Did he get a lot of shares? Did people engage? Did they comment and all of that? Right. But if your goal is sales, you are necessarily not, you don't have to look at the comments. You are checking how many people sent you DMs. Yes, how many leads did you get that month? So it is very important that our marketing efforts for us to be able to get results that are good are always tied to our business goals. Our marketing efforts are always tied to our business goals. And another thing I would say to build a simple structure is to make sure that if you get these leads, how do you close them? Right? Because some of us get these leads but don't know how to close them, right? We don't do necessary follow-ups. We respond to the DMs late, right? And trust me, people have many options, right? Once they see that you are not responding on time, they are gone. They've moved to the next person. And that's why thankfully all of these AI tools and Meta now has like um, AI integrated features that can make us respond to our customers on time, even without you being the direct person answering them, right? So it's making sure that you are always there to respond to them. And when you get these leads, even when they buy into your products, how do you retain these people? Make sure that you do consistent follow up because it's one thing to buy into your products, it's another thing for them to keep coming back. If they don't keep coming back, how will your business scale, right? So you can't keep looking for new leads every time. So I think that's
Yeah, thank you. In fact, that DM you said it made me remember somebody I reached out to. I needed their services, and like 6 months later, they responded and said, yes, like 6 months later. So it happens, it happens, it happens. But then we have business owners who, by by the on the face, they do everything right. Like they have a messaging, it's clear messaging, but they still don't attract the right customers. What can these business owners do?
so there's a point a business gets to. If you know you are doing everything right, you need to look at other ways to channel your energy. Sometimes uh, it could be as simple as you are on the wrong platform. Not everybody needs to be on Instagram. Not everybody needs to be on TikTok. There are some brands that LinkedIn is your place to be, Facebook is your place to be. Depending, again, goes back to your audience. Who are you speaking to? Once you are able to identify your target audience, know their values, know the things they like, know the things they don't like, the platforms they hang out on, it then becomes easy. And for some of us, it may not be wrong platform. It may be that we just need to start running ads. Done organic for too long, and we are like, you know what, it's time for you to start running ads. Your organic is no longer as strong as it needs to be, or you just need to scale. So you just know that, okay, I think it's time to start running ads. For some of maybe just partnerships. Look for odd businesses that sell complementary products, just like bread and beans, right? So I am the bread seller, you are the bean seller. What brand complements your product? So it's not a competition, right? And that's why you see some people come together and have like packages to say, oh, I'm collaborating with this business and we are selling this for Easter, selling this for Christmas. So it's just to consistently think of ways to increase to increase revenue, to increase your profits. So I think those are some of the things that we can do.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. So over to you, ma'am. How can a business owner create structure even before hiring a team?
Okay. Creating structure before hiring a team. You are your first team member, so you are hiring yourself. Because if you look at yourself as an individual, sometimes I wake up and I'm tired, right? So I have to hire myself. Some people were thinking about um, business owners paying themselves. If you're ready to pay yourself, you should also be ready to hire yourself and be disciplined enough to resume at work when you're supposed to resume. So, if I'm getting that question again, please could you repeat that question again?
Yes. So the question is, how can a business owner create structure even before hiring a team?
So the first thing is, why do you need a team? What is the role of the team member that you're bringing on board? You need to clearly highlight that. Now, if you've highlighted that, your own individual as a person, yourself that you are leading or you're hiring, what are the expectations that you have from yourself? So, like the SOP I mentioned, your production SOP, it needs to be clear. That's one of the structures you need to put in. Your recall. You are a startup. Sometimes you might make mistake, especially in your early days. How do you recall the items back from the public? You need to write it down. So it's not just your production SOP you're doing, it's also your recall. It's also how do you represent the brand, or how do you put the brand forward? There are some things I would always say that me as an individual, I will not dance on Instagram or anywhere on TikTok. I can employ someone that can do that, but I'm not going to do that. So that's how you communicate outside. Write it down. Your brand assets, put them together. And when I mean your brand assets, I mean your logo, your letterhead, you know, the way if you're writing a letter outside, even as little as the kind of text or the theme that you use, write everything down. If your business has been featured on a platform, have folder. So for me, as an individual, part of the structures that we did even before hiring a team is we have all our color codes, our brand text is in a folder. Do you recall how we even wash the what's it called? The equipment, everything. It is written down. There is no staff member yet. The production file, each of the raw materials that we use and the percentage somewhere. There is nobody yet on board. But then we have all of this. So by the time somebody comes in, they are in. They are not reinventing the wheel or doing things as they will. There was an instance where we had a social media manager that used to be the one that created our content. And I remember we had just hired her like 2 months before, and then we had a new person. And I remember one of my friends that she's in the media space. She just came to me and said, "You're doing a fantastic job with your social media page and the consistency, your social media person is doing a fantastic job." I allowed that line. I said, "You know, this person, we just got this person, and she said, "No, there is no changes." I said, "Yes, there are no changes because there are days and days and she puts while we knew that after we had done the application, we knew that that person was doing, we had started creating content. Somebody else was already on the line able to do, and because the color codes are the same thing, there's a graphic designer that handles that, and I cannot wake up and just write a certain thing. This is not, and it's very good for me. So that is one of the reasons. If you don't have any, have all this documents on the ground, so that when you bring anything, or even if you're changing the staff, there is that super time. Thank you so much. The next question I want to ask is closely related to what you just said. Every business wants to go international, especially for somebody who is in the freelance business. What are the structures that can help them local and international distributors to get us? So this question is interesting. So as much as more organic is registered in Nigeria, we are also registered in the US. If you want to go international, it's a good thing. However, see, we are playing in Nigeria. We are playing here. If you want to go international, it is a lot. A number of things for your registration. I have not really benefited as such in terms of we are still in the foundations of more organic. So when we started in 2023, we've not really traded in the US. But we paid tax in Nigeria, no way back. I have to pay or when delist me and then the benefit is supposed to get, I won't be able to get it. Another case, we have been in January of February, we have worked on Amazon, and we've been working tirelessly since that time. Every month, Amazon takes a certain amount of money. We have not sold there. Yeah. So if you're ready national, it's a very good thing. However, are you ready to end the work? In Nigeria, I can call you and tell you, I can call you out on Instagram, and after 3 days, you go down. In abroad, they're going to carry you. The law is the law. Are you ready? So you have to go to them. I'm not going to discourage you. But look at your policies right now. Are you sure you're ready to make international? The local how well are you handling it? Your vision, your production success, how strong are they? What are you doing? So it's a big dream. Think big, everybody says sometimes, start local, think global, fantastic. First sit down and count the cost in terms of even the scales of the people, professionals that you should work with. Count the cost in terms of the certifications that you need. Because there it is not what I is working with. What certifications do you have to back up? We have FDA. FDA is recognized by FDA is like a NAFDAC of Nigeria. You have it for you. We are working on our ISU is an EU certification and is also recognized. All of this comes with cost. So it's good to dream. I mean, right now, one of the things I would just encourage you everyone to think about is to do market sound. You have family members that come to Nigeria once in a while. Dash them. And I'm using the word dash them, because you also want to see, and I'm talking because we're also in the cosmetics line game, majority of us. So you want to see how your product reacts to the weather there. And because they have the autumn, you have the spring, you have the winter, and then summer. How does your product react to it? Because some of you might not have the funds to take it to a lab for that period. But if you have people there, you can leverage on them. Tell them, give them as gifts, spread it across, get feedbacks from them, and then keep building your local business. Have it in mind that you're global, but get feedback from them to see how you can incorporate. For us, even the labeling that we are using for you is different from what we are using from Nigeria, because there are certain requirements that need to be followed to the T. So if you want to go global, it is a very good one, but take out your to count the cost, do your research properly, and get as much information as you can. But most importantly, also think of certifications, because certifications are a big deal outside the shores of Nigeria.
While we're thinking about that, let's go back to you. before we decide if we want to go global. A lot of businesses run ads and we get leads from ads. But many times, these leads, we find it difficult to convert them. So my question is, what systems can stop leads from slipping through the cracks?
Okay, I think I already mentioned something similar earlier, right? When you run ads, of course, you are hoping to get leads. How do you then stop it from slipping through the cracks? Have a very solid structure in place. For example, do you want these leads to give you their email addresses? Have a system in place that collects their email addresses. Do you want these leads to send you a DM, a message directly? Have a system that makes them be able to send you messages directly. And even with ads now, when you are setting your goal, all of these things are there, like your conversion goal. If to send you WhatsApp messages, it's there. They can send you messages directly. And if it's WhatsApp, for example, once they send you that message, who is responding? What next are you supposed to say to them? Right. And same thing for collecting of emails too. For some brands, once you give them their email addresses, you're already receiving an email to tell you the next steps on what you're supposed to do and all of that. But a lot of brands, they just get the leads and leave it and say, okay, I'll come back to it, right? For some, there are some ads now online that you don't even have to click on the link. Oh, you just see something in your DM that says, I saw you, check my ad or something like that. So it's a great lead capturing system, right? So just make sure that you put strong processes in place like that. Respond on time, do adequate follow up. If they say they want, you can also upsell them and all of that. So it's just making sure you have efficient systems in place to make sure that, okay, these leads I've gotten now, they need to be able to convert to sales for me. So put a strategy in place that will also help you to convert those leads into sales.
Fantastic. One other question. There's so much craze when it comes to social media marketing. But we know that social media marketing is not the only type of marketing.
Oh, sure.
So, what are other ways that businesses can market aside from ads, aside from social media?
Offline, right? Because when people say marketing, we think of it as only online, but online is just a part of it, right? So offline, there are a lot of businesses that generate more leads offline than even online. I remember going to see someone, like a top agency owner, and I was telling him, do you get your clients from Instagram? And he said, no, Instagram is just a place where they show company. It's not necessarily to get. And I'll tell you the reason why. Depending on your audience again, you will be able to where you are going to get these leads. So for somebody like him, his services maybe ranging from 10 million, 20 million, are they on Instagram? Exactly. The people that will give 20 million, are they on Instagram? So is you intentionally thinking about these things, right? You said?
Let me know if you have questions so I
You said
bring the
they don't
mic
what?
to you.
Yes. So if somebody wants to give you 20 million, now it's not the transaction will not happen via Instagram DM, right? So there are other ways. One of the ways, especially for small businesses, let's bring it back to small businesses, is you know how there are like big events happening and you can exhibit. That's even something I'm even trying to do, right? Some of these exhibitions come at a small fee, some are free. So just think of like big events like that. It could be church events, maybe like a WOPEC and all of that, right? And have like exhibition stands. Sometimes the reason why we even do offline is not because we want to generate leads immediately, is to get mind share in the minds of those our potential customers. Because let's okay, you've done online, let people offline also know you, interact with them because people like physical engagement as well. So how can you make sure that you also physically connect with the people you are trying to capture as your customers? And that will also take me to the next thing, which is community building. Community building is like, for me, the next big thing. we've been online so much that we are now starting to crave physical touch and physical connection with our audience. So, how do you now gather these people for them to feel like they are part of something bigger than them? Right? It can also start online, but bring it offline sometimes. I can just say, oh, I'm gathering 10 of my customers to to a webinar, right? And just say, oh, if you are my loyal customer, I'm doing this, I'm doing that for you. So, for example, we work with an organization currently. They are a wedding planning platform. So on the platform, couples can sign, vendors can sign up, and you can use the platform to create your wedding website, manage your guests, and all of those things. And vendors can also like connect with intending couples and all of that. So one of the ways we are trying to also build community such that those people can stay loyal to the platform. We are organizing an event and it's happening this month. And what are we doing? We are telling brides to be that, you know what, if your wedding is between July and December, just take time off. We are organizing free bridal shower experience for 20 brides, right? So we are bringing them together in one place. And already that is a way to build community. Those brides will have a great experience at the event. And before you know it, they tell other upcoming brides that, please go and use this platform when it's time for your wedding. I had this experience. And funny how sometimes you don't even lose so much money. There are brands currently that are willing to partner up with us for this event. Oh, I'm going to supply you small chops. I'm supplying you this because it's for couples. So those vendors also want to come and poach these couples for them to be their vendor for their wedding. So it's just strategically thinking of these things, right? And another thing I mentioned earlier was also like partnerships and collaborations. Your friend is organizing an event, you can be a sponsor, let your logo be on the banner. Like I said, getting mind share in the minds of people also works well. They'll just say, oh, I've seen this brand somewhere. I meet people outside, and when I say, oh, my brand is Awani, they just, oh, I've heard this brand somewhere, right? Partnerships, collaborations, community building. What else did I mention? Physical exhibitions, right? Even word of mouth. Getting to an event and meeting people, just naturally telling them about what you do. You could also pitch for engagement. That's a way for people to also know about brand. Make sure you attend events, talk to people, right? So yeah, I think for me that's it.
Thank you. A question to you. What early scaling mistakes did you do differently?
What early scaling? So I'm going to tell a story so that you would understand my plight. So I don't know if I mentioned that I started this business with 500 naira. Oh, so I started with 500. I called my mother-in-law. 500, I gave her. I made 1,000. Then 1,000, I made 2,000 because I wasn't really doing anything. I wasn't incurring any cost. 2,000, I made 4,000. After I made 4,000, I added 1,000 to it. 5,000, I made 10,000. When I made 10,000, I'm not doing bad. I made, I think it was when I got to 10,000, I went to the community where we worked with because we worked directly with rural women. It wasn't our raw ingredients. And then I went to them, then I scaling, and when I made 100,000, I was so happy. Like, what? Doing this share butter can make 100,000. At that point, I was thinking big. They'll tell you, think big. I was thinking big. Okay, let's move forward. And at that time, printing now is a little bit cheaper. Back then, because we are 10 years this year, back then, printing was quite pricey. You would print a label for like 200. But now, at least you can still, if you're doing volume, if you enter Shomolu, you have some corner, you still see printing for like maybe like 50 naira, 70 naira. But back then, it was quite pricey. And so I wanted to print label. At that time, we had started supplying supermarkets. And I was very deliberate about the places I wanted my supermarket vendors to be. I was thinking of Magodo, I was thinking of Ubudu, I was thinking of Dolphin, Parkview. Those were the places I wanted. And so I approached those places because I just felt that those were the people that would not complain about my price. I was going to where my target audience is, like she was mentioning. So we decided that we wanted to print labels. And we thought of it. Let us print maybe 1,000 units each. Fantastic idea, right? Because if we printed at that amount, our unit cost of printing would be about 15 naira or even 10 naira. There was this brand there, Printivo. I don't know if anybody knows Printivo back in the day. That was, I wanted to print with them and they told me, I will do volumes for you. If you are doing about 1,000 units, you just pay 15 naira. In fact, because we know you, we started with you, we can even go as low as, is it 8 naira. I was so happy, like, what? 8 naira? Okay, let's go ahead. So we designed, my brother, Ajibola, designed the label. We designed the label. However, key elements were not on that label. And we did about even the products that we have not sampled in the market, that we felt that this is going to enter the market, they will love it. We decided by ourselves what our audience was going to like. We created the label. Because we wanted to meet that 1,000 distance. So we told them that, okay, we'll split it into different distance. And then you print for us. They agreed. Just do minimum of 1,000. And we're good with it. So we did lavender, we did lemongrass. I can still remember all those things on my face like this. We did coconut oil label, and then we did the shea butter label, and then the black soap. 5 labels. Then we had not even introduced black soap to our product, but we sure did the label. Tell me why on the label we forgot to put address and phone number. We forgot to put, there was typographical error on the label as well. It was everything, the whole 100K that was carrying us. You know, I think it was Olamide that said that if you don't have a plan for money before it arrives, there's just that spirit that spirit was inside me back then. Trust me, because everything, the whole 100,000 just went down the drain. So what we now do is, before we print any label at all, number one, we have someone, our own job, our only job in the company is to read the labels. It's not even quality. Just read the label to see. So she does proofreading. She does proofreading on Amazon, and she does proofreading for people, for editors. So her eyes will be able to catch. She's my church member. I just spoke to her that anytime I have label, I'll bring to you, sister, see this English, I don't understand it. And then one of the things we also did was that we did a checklist of what should be on a label, from the name to the pack size to the ingredients to the how to use to the extra information, keeping cool and dry place, to our contact us, to any certifications, if it is NAFDAC that we are using or if it is FDA number that we are using, the expiry date. We wrote everything that should be in a label. We wrote it out. So as soon as we are creating a new label now, when they are finished creating it, because even the designer might forget to add it. So when they finish creating it, we print one on a normal paper. And then we check it. Okay, this one is there. One. Sometimes I tell people that suspend your brain. Just go by the books. This one is there. You check it out. Now, you would now print a minimum of 20. You are not printing 1,000. Right now, I can't print 1,000 of anything for a new product. No, I'm not going to do that. Print only 20. Because number one, I'm sizing it, I'm looking at it, I'm just putting it in different areas, trying to see how it's going to become volume. After I've done all of this, you can see the processes that we kept in place. We'll now go ahead and put the volume that we want to. It might look like it's taking a lot of time, but what it's doing is that it's saving a lot of money. The amount we spend on printing now, especially with the fact that we have the Lagos, the Nigerian brand separate from the US brand separate. By the way, our products are already in US warehouse and they are trying to sort it out. To tell you that a lot of things are still going on, behind the scene. Why we have all of those labels separately, we still ensure that there are checks and balances for us to look at. So if we have opportunity of starting again, you see this labeling thing, that 100,000 wouldn't have gone that way.
Businesses cost financially.
I would still point it back to some of the things I've said. You said stock financially, like that doesn't allow them to make money. Not showing up consistently, right? So some of us like to, we like the idea of the business, the idea of marketing, but we are not as consistent as we should be. right? And when you are not consistent, people go to the next available alternative, right? So let's make sure that we stay consistent in all our marketing efforts. If I am on social media, let me stay there and be consistent. Let me create quality content. Let me create engaging content that moves people from that awareness to decision stage. Another thing is not aligning your business goals with your marketing goals. So for example, we just know that, oh, I need marketing, I need this, but what is your business goal? So that's something I also ask clients when they reach out to us. What's your business goal? Just forget marketing and social media for now. What's your business goal? You can say, oh, I want to be the most okay you can say, I want to be the most trusted brand in Africa in the next 10 years. So we will now say, okay, how can marketing now help you achieve this goal? So that's what we do. Then we now break it down to say, okay, in year one, we'll focus on this. Then in that year one, we now divide the goals into quarter. This quarter, we are focusing on this. That quarter, we are focusing on that. And we just keep moving like that. And what it also does is that by the time we are checking our analytics, analyzing the results, we can also be able to see what's working and what is not, which is another mistake I think people also make. We don't go back to check what's working. We just keep doing that thing over and over again. Sometimes you may even need to just stop creating that kind of content you are creating because your audience is not, they cannot resonate with that kind of content. So how can you now go back to your insights and say, okay, I think my audience likes this better than this one that I'm doing. Some of us, we are so rigid in our ways. We just want to create one type of content, do one type of marketing, and don't want to explore other ways. For some of us, it might be expanding to other platforms. Okay, you've been doing Instagram for 3 years, they know you. Can you go to long form content? Can you start a YouTube channel? Can you start a podcast? Right? So it's just looking for ways to make sure that this business keeps running and we are not stuck. Our revenue also keeps growing. Right? For some of us, it's ads. Like I said, we need to make sure that we run ads at scale, right? Because for a business that is just starting, for example, I don't even expect us to run ads immediately. I always say that it will not convert. We are just deceiving ourselves. You need to be able to make sure that you've taken your audience along from that awareness to consideration stage. When they start considering you, then use ads to make them buy your product. But I can't create an Instagram page today and my first post I'm running ads. Me, I see people that do it. I like the ad. I visit the page and I see that one post. I will leave. I'm not going to buy because what else do you have to offer? Some of us, we don't even share our journey. We don't share testimonials. We don't share the results that we are getting for our clients, which may be some form of financial mistake. That how to now avoid financial mistake. Make sure that you are sharing your process, sharing your journey. For some of us, people don't like to see that you don't have to show up as someone that is made, right? You can show up as the real you, right? So for example, I started this business from the corner of my room, and in 3 years time I already moved to a bigger store, right? The person that has shown them that journey from when they were in the corner of their room till when they moved to a bigger store is the person they will stick to. So right where you are now, share that journey, share that process. I remember when I came back from Abuja after my service year and I was going to go back to my daddy's house. So my room there, I renovated it, I did a lot of things because I wanted to have a home office in his house. And I made a video. That video went viral. They were like, oh, this one, this one. I'm like, what's in this video that you people are liking? So people just like when you share your journey, when you share your journey with them. For some of us, we may need to build personal brands outside of the business, right? For me, that's something that has helped me a lot. I have a personal brand that is separate from my business because then again, people buy from people, not products. If you are not able to build a personal brand, can you at least have a face of your brand instead? Because they want to just see that, okay, we are communicating with someone, there's somebody behind this thing. And for you as the founder, you now start to share things like the brand story, the brand journey. Why does Elumelu have a personal brand? Why do Dangote and all of the people that are made, why are they still online? Right. So those are the things that we need to now begin to think about. So yeah, I think
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we'll reach out to you on Instagram.
Pin it Omolola for me. Omolola Dada. It's fine. You can search for me. Thank you for having us.
Okay, so the next on the okay. So we've been listening and listening and listening, right? We've been listening. So it's time for us to stand up. We're going to stretch our legs, but we're going to also do something. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Yes, you're going to stretch, stretch, stretch. Very good. So now you're going to go to somebody and tell them what you've learned so far. Just one line. What you've learned so far today. Just one line. Yes, of what you've learned today. Yes. One line of what you've learned today. Where we are. Okay. Time up, time up. When I say you people should network, you usually go over. I said one line. I didn't say 26 lines. But you ended up with 54 lines. No problem. Okay, so we have one of our sponsors that is going to come up now. Please sit. Please take a seat. Take a seat. Kiano Naturals. Kiano Naturals. Yes, okay. Yes, please come up. Please come up. Your time is now.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, we are Piano Naturals and we are into coconut products. Can you hear me? Ah,
Microphone.
hi. All right, good afternoon, everyone. All right, we are Piano Naturals. My name is Bukola Gregory. We are Piano Naturals. We are into coconut products and healthy beverages and drinks. Coconut products, for example, we have coconut oil, milk, desiccated coconut, undiluted coconut. Let me emphasize on that. We produce that ourselves from the scratch, undiluted. You don't add any additive or preservative. and we have it in two varieties. We have cold press and hot press. So if you are looking for a very good coconut oil, please contact Kiana Naturals. Good for your baby, if you have a newborn. That's what I've been using for the past 8 years. Actually, what moved dived me into this business was, thank God, Shade was even the person that introduced me to starting off. So I had some inflammations on my skin, and I was trying to look for what to do. I took prescriptions, drugs, but all to no avail. It keeps coming up on my face. And then I was doing a white collar job. So whenever I'm going to work, I feel a bit intimidated because my face was rough. So I went to my mom's place. I wasn't staying there then. So I went back to my mom's place and I saw Shade. We stay on the same street, by the way, our parents' place. So I was just gisting with her and she said, "Oh, have you tried coconut oil?" I said, "Oh, okay, let me give it a try." She said, and I asked her, "How do I produce? Do you have idea of how to do that?" So she told me, she just gave me an idea how to do that on for the hot press. That's the one you put on fire and so she just told me, and I went to try it on out, not knowing that it's going to give me very. Who has ever tried coconut oil? That day I was like, eh? Out of 20 coconuts, see the tiny thing that came out. Right, so, but I did that, and in 8 days, of the inflammation left. So I thought to myself that wow, this is a good business. I don't think a lot of people know about this, and that's how Kiano Natural started. And today we have added other brands. We have desiccated coconut flakes. We have our products here. We have granola and all of that. And then we added drinks, beverages, natural beverages like Zobo and other things. Thank you. I hope to see you at our brand. And also, we are on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and we're on YouTube too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So later on, you can check the stand for some of the products we're talking about. Next is August 24, August 26. Oh, okay, push it forward. August 26. Okay, August 26. August 26.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica. I'm so sorry, I'm just shining my eyes so I can be able to see everybody clearly. I'm a representative of August 26 Trend. And August 26 Trend is a fashion brand that makes quality and affordable dress outfits for both male, female, children, any gender, both small, big, any age. So, and our vision is to make Nigerian African clothing affordable. And by 2035, we clothe at least one person in every household in Nigeria. We make tailored wears and ready to wear for inverted A shape. This is our core. That's our intention to make to tailor dresses for inverted A shaped people because many Nigerian tailors they don't do many Nigerian designers they don't do that. So we want to venture into it. Make legal clothing accessories, and we hope to clothe you soonest. And our workplace is at 30, number 30 Pariola Street, Ogudu, Lagos. Thank you so much. And we also have a stand there. You can come to check out the outfit. Thank you so much. And again, our convener outfit, we made it, and also our friends' outfit. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now it's time for the vote of thanks. You've been here. Yes, we are done. Just like that. Just like that. Just now. Yes, just now. So we are going to the vote of thanks, and I will be inviting Ibukun of Opal Foods for the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Um, I know this event was truly remarkable, and I know we all learned a lot. Am I right? Thank you so much. So, on behalf of Beyond Surface and the entire Beyond the Strand team, we would like to express our deepest gratitude to everyone, even in the rain. We all came. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. A round of applause for yourself, please, please, please. Thank you. And to our speakers, we really appreciate your knowledge and experience and practical insights that you shared. To every participant, we thank you for choosing to spend your day with us. Looking at the location, one, then the weather as well. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for believing in this vision because this is the first time we are having a physical, like having this event physically. It's always done online. I think this is the fourth edition. But we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we hope that you are living here not only inspired, but also empowered to build your businesses that are structured, sustainable, and impactful. And to all our sponsors, firstly to the Workout Hub, let's give them a round of applause, please. They are the one, that's this space. What's it called? It's a space where you can come use for, photography and when you want to read and all of that, like an hub. Then Phoenix Studio, our media person. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Then Mayana Groups, that's one of our speakers, that's the male speaker. Ruby Creatives, the little souvenir you'll be getting as well. Then Bellwether, that's a real estate company. They are not here, but if you want to buy land, you want to buy property, just search for Bellwether on Instagram. Demois Creations, Treasures by Lydia, Three Bites, that's for the small chops that will be taking August 20. Ominira.ng. Thank you so much. Your willingness to serve behind the scenes ensure that everything runs smoothly. And we are really grateful. And finally, of course, we are going to give glory to God because if not for God, all of us will not be here. If not for God, we will not be able to, have these ideas and things that we are sharing amongst ourselves. And I pray that as we live here, everything that we've learned, the bread of God is going to blow on it and is going to inspire us more than what we know now in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for coming and do have a safe journey. A safe one. God bless you.
Thank you, thank you. Now it's time for the closing prayer. But she thanked everybody and didn't thank me. See this life? See this life? Don't worry, I will not host the one for next week, but I will host the one for next year. Agreed? All right, so let's listen to our convener, Folashade Idowu, as we close with prayer.
Okay, so thank you everybody once again for coming. I believe everyone had a great time. But beyond here, I want to encourage us to really, really go and sit down with our businesses, and work on our structures. And so, our Heavenly Father, we thank you. Thank you for this event today. Thank you for the beginning. At first, I know a lot of people would have been discouraged by the rain, but I knew that God has already done what He said to do for today. And so, we give you glory. We thank you, Lord. We thank you for. Please, can we keep it low? You guys are distracting me. We thank you for how the entire day went. We thank you for our speakers. We thank you for every participant that is here today. And beyond coming here to learn, I believe that there are things that God has sorted in our businesses. I pray over every business here today. As many businesses that are struggling, that are in a state of confusion, I declare that clarity comes upon your business. The light of God shines upon your business. The Lord shines His countenance upon your business. There will be divine illumination. There will be clarity at that point where you feel you don't know what to do again, where you feel you don't know what's next step to take. For those that are just at the ideation stage, that don't even know how to start, I decree upon you that the light of God shines upon you. The spirit of wisdom rests upon you. The spirit of excellence beyond what you have learned today. The spirit of the Lord will rest upon you, and divine order will come upon your businesses. No more stagnancy, no more going back and forth in the name of Jesus. I push you forward in the name of Jesus. By reason of this event that you have come here today, you are transported high above your expectation, high above your imagination, high above your thoughts in the name of the Lord Jesus. The light of God will come upon you. The spirit of the Lord will brood over you. You know what to do. As you are leaving this place, you know what to do. Ideas begin to flood your heart, and the courage that you need, the confidence that you need, the resources that you need in form of materials, in form of finances. A lot of us are scared that, yes, I have this thing that I want to do, but I don't even have the money. I don't have anybody to help me. I pray for you that help will come for you. The Lord will send help to you beyond the help of man. Because some of us have looked around and we are like, my parents don't even have this money. My siblings cannot help me. I don't have any friend that can even loan me money. But beyond the help of men, I decree over you the blessings of the Lord, the blessings of the heavens above, the blessings of the deep that lies beneath, the blessings of the breast, the blessings of the milk, in the name of the Lord Jesus. That blessing that conceives an idea, that blessing that nurtures the idea, that blessing that carries it to a stage of delivery, to a stage of conception, that blessing that brings it to a place of growth, not just small growth, but massive growth. That kind of blessing is released upon you in the name of the Lord Jesus. You will not just be helped, you will be marvelously helped. You will be greatly helped by the one who is known as the helper. I decree over you that your smell concerning your business, it will be said over you that your smell is like that of the field that the Lord has blessed. And for many of you that you are in the wrong businesses, clarity will come to you. That courage to move will come upon you in the name of the Lord Jesus. Every business that has remained on one spot, that is in a way has been local for so long now, the Lord is taking you from that phase of being local to becoming global. What you need to take your business from where it is to where it should be, the Lord has released it upon you in the name of Jesus. The Lord surrounds you with favor as with a shield. As you have honored our invite and you have showed up here today, I decree over you the favor of God will come upon you. You will find favor with men. Before you come one, many will rush to you to help you in the name of Jesus. Jesus' mighty name we are free.
Oh, don't worry. It's streaming here. It's sending. No, no, you don't have to worry. It's fine. Thanks. You don't have to stop. You just. No, no, I'm still. I'm still streaming actually. Uh, thanks. You can just put it where they are snapping. Let it face.